Who has seen the movie Limitless starring Bradley Cooper? Has anyone seen that movie yet? I have one person who's seen the movie. Anybody heard of the movie yet? A lot of you heard of it. About this guy who gets his hands on a drug that makes him incredibly incisive. And it's a really good movie, but I want us to think about this evening, what does it mean to live a limitless life? I'm not going to call on anyone, but really think about it. A limitless life. If you were living a limitless life, what would that life look like? Is it a life without rules? Is it a life without law, without structure, without order? Is it a life with purpose? Is it a life with clarity, with vision, with focus? What does it mean to live a limitless life? Limitless living is living life that's clear and focused in thought, knowing exactly what needs to be done and how to do it. I'm reminded of this commercial that I recently saw on TV, where this lady comes back into her home after already exiting her home, and she has her glasses on her head. And she comes back in her home and she's thinking to herself, and you can hear her thoughts. She says, what did I come back in here for? And the dog is sitting on the couch, and the dog says, you came back in for your glasses. And she just continues to think, why am I in here? I know I came back in here for something, but what is it that I came in here for? And the dog says, you came in here for your glasses, but you're not going to listen to me anyway. And she never realizes that she came back in her home to get the glasses that were on her head. And I think that's the perfect picture of someone who is not incisive and someone who is not living a limitless life. Those thoughts are not clear and focused like someone who's living a limitless life would have clear and focused thoughts. Knowing exactly what needs to be done and how to do it. What am I talking about here? I'm talking about purpose. Knowing your purpose. Knowing exactly what it is that you've been put here to do. We must seek to know and understand our purpose, our true purpose for living. Without knowing your purpose, everything else that you do in life will be absolutely futile. It will have absolutely no relevance to you whatsoever. Living your life on purpose does take courage, and it takes lots of it. I'm reminded of Ambrose Redmoon, who said, courage is not the absence of fear, but rather, courage is the judgment that something else is more important than fear. I love that quote. Courage is not the absence of fear. Rather, it's the judgment that something else is more important than fear. What is it that you're afraid of today that's keeping you from living your purpose in life? Find that courage to rise above it. Limitless living can only occur once we become organized in our environment and in our thoughts. Again, thinking back to that lady in the commercial, she was nowhere near organizing her thoughts. And how many of us can relate to that lady? How many of us have walked back into our home to find the glasses that was already on our heads? I've been there. I've been there. But I assure you, each and every one of you, we cannot live a limitless life when our thoughts are so scattered and we don't have order, not only in our environment, in our natural surroundings around us, but more importantly in our thoughts. In that movie Limitless, the guy was so clear in his thoughts, crystal clear. Everything just became alive the moment he would take that drug, the moment he would take that pill. The whole world just opened up in a whole new life for him. And he was so clear, so focused, so precise. He knew exactly what he needed to do and how to do it. Most importantly, limitless living occurs when you begin to focus on others before yourself. Your highest level of living begins when you start to give to others. Listen, I'm not the oldest guy in this room, but I can assure you that at the end of your life, you're going to ask yourself some very important questions. And one of those questions will be, how did I impact the lives of others? How did I impact the lives of others? Did I do anything to change anyone's life? Did I do anything to affect, impact anyone's life? That's someone who's living a limitless life. And why can't we live our lives without limits? Why can't we? Zig Ziglar said that the saddest words in the English dictionary are, if only. How many of us have been there? I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand, but how many of us are there today? If only I had done this. If only I had said that. If only I had gone there. Saddest words in the English dictionary. The world is waiting for each one of us to rise up and be who we were created to be. And begin living a limitless life. I want to close by echoing the words of the incisive Les Brown when he said that if we say that we're going to wait until everything, absolutely everything, is perfect, the timing is right, everything's in order, then we will never begin. Let me challenge you tonight to choose to begin living a limitless life.